Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I am your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So in this video, I'm going to share with you the one trap you don't want to fall into, and that is when you're trying to do everything and be everything to everyone. I always say, one of the things you don't want to say to any government buyer is, what do you need? I can do it. That's the worst thing you can say, because then it seems like you're scattered. So the one trap you don't want to do is think you can be everything to everyone. I just had a student win a $9 million contract, started about a year ago, March 2023. And the one thing that she focuses on is litter pickup. That's all she does. She changed her capability statement. Hopefully you know what that is. If you've been watching my channel, I'm quite sure you do. But she updated and changed her capability statement. She made sure that her capability briefing, she did a website specifically for litter pickup. And it has done an amazing thing for her, which is open doors, because now when someone comes to her, they're coming to her looking at her being an expert. It doesn't take a lot to be an expert. Pretty much you look at what the average person knows. And if you know a percentage like 15, 20% more than that, then you could be considered an expert in something. Of course, some people say that when you're looking at doing a career on your resume, you want to have 5 years. But when it comes to being an expert in niching down, coming down, as they like to say, the riches are in the niches. When you niche down and you end up being an expert, that is exactly what you want to do. So I'm going to teach you a little bit right now about some things you can do for disaster relief. That's going to be real specific. And now it's going on. We're actually registered in the state of Florida. So we do partnerships only with our students, but you can also look at doing it. Now, if you don't have your cage code, it's a little too late for you to get revved up. But if you do, you might be able to do something now. So the first place you're going to go is you're going to go to Fema, and you're going to make sure you fill out that Fema profile form. That's the one right here. So you're going to go to Fema, fill out this profile form, and ask if you have a website. I definitely hope you have the following ready to go. Website that talks about some disaster relief information. You're going to have your capability statement that's going to have some of that information included. If you don't know what areas for disaster relief, there's 4 phases. You want to make sure you visit their budget, look at their strategic goals. That's going to give you some insight on some of the keywords you want to put into your website or on your website, in your case statement, in your capability briefing. If you're looking at doing this and you're looking at maybe doing this on a regular basis, meaning this is what you want to end up customizing and strategizing and becoming more an expert in. Then you're going to put all your information, and they probably have not added the storm. I don't see the storm on there for Florida right now. But Helene, just go ahead and continue to put in other if they don't have it on there. And you're going to put in your information, your NAICS code. You're going to fill all this in. And the key, make sure that you are able to accept government credit cards. A lot of these projects could be $10,000 and under. Boom, bam, bam. You're out there doing it. And also you can have an opportunity to work with some of the prime contractors. Talked about them a lot. A lot of times when emergencies are declared on the state level and then they end up being a federal. I know FEMA's deploying out there in Florida tomorrow to look at some of what's going on. But you always want to be ready for opportunities. So when they ask you, can you accept government credit cards, which is on here as well, it's really great if you can say yes, because that means that you can do some micro purchases, which are 10K and under, that they need in this situation. They're like not having a lot of time to do a lot of bidding or anything like that. They just want you to be ready. And then they ask, have you subcontract with FEMA in the last 3 years? And then they give you a reason for wanting to be with FEMA. And they ask, has anyone met, with you in the last 12 months? Take your time. I know someone would put in yes, that they had met with someone in FEMA and they hadn't. And so it kind of slowed the process down. Like I said, you must have your cage code. It's really late in the game. And so you don't want to get started now trying to get your cage code. It's going to delay everything. If you already have your cage code, you might be able to do a little something with being able. So first thing is to fill out your FEMA performer form. Then you're going all the way down and you're going to hit submit. Now, once you hit submit, if you haven't heard back from them, I'm going to give you, I go and talk with some people in FEMA quite often. So what you're going to do if you have not gotten any information back, you can reach out to the Office of Chief Procurement, and you're going to reach out to them at DHS Industry Liaison at headquarters.dhs.gov. You can reach out to them if you've already submitted your paperwork for FEMA, meaning your performer form, you haven't heard back. They'll then send you to the right people. So that's a great way to reach out. Also, you want to come here. And the other here is you want to make sure that, let's see if I can find it. Boom. You want to make sure that you are connected through the OSDBU. They give you a lot of vendor engagement. The OSDBU does. This is a great place to come and make sure that you can sign up for some of the tutorials, upcoming vendor engagements with DHS. This is where you build. I have like a system, my OBART system. This is where your R for relationship is. A lot of times you'd be surprised how far you go when you build these relationships. So don't be afraid to do the vendor performer form first, submit that, and then come right here and make sure you fill out for the OSDBU. So hopefully you can get in and help people that are going through a lot when it comes to the storms that are going on now. And we've been doing this for a while. We have boots on the ground because we are in Orlando, Florida. We've been there since, I think, 1997. I resided there for like 15 years, and I go back between there and DC. So trust me when I say this is a good opportunity. They do a lot of monitoring with these disasters. So when I say don't get caught in the trap, that means don't try to be everything to everyone. Try to focus. And one of the things you can focus on is disaster relief contracts. I always say, if you really can't do a lot of traveling, this might not be a good fit for you because you really do need some people on some of these projects. Like even the least you can do is monitoring, and that's monitoring the down lines and, power lines that are down and other things you might be monitoring. You might need a team of 3. But this is a great place for someone that has a small team, might be able to pick up and go for a couple of weeks, things like that. Of course, you want to figure out what phase you want to do, mitigation, preparedness, response, recovery. We always look at doing recovery, which starts some months after the initial thing that's going on. So we may not go in for a couple of months after if the storm hits. Right now, I think they've got it as a category 3, but we never know what's going to happen. It could shift anyway. Another way, I know I've been through my share of hurricanes residing in Florida, and this is a great way to help your community as well as being able to make money for your business. Now, they look at people coming in during this time, gouging, right, raising prices. So they're on their P's and Q's, and they look at a lot of scams because a lot of people come out and try to scam. So be legit, be about your business. Make sure you've got your I's dotted and T's crossed, because as they like to say, they're not playing during this time. And I get it, because when you're going through a lot of the hurricanes and tornadoes, and I'm in Virginia, they've even declared emergency in Virginia. You want to make sure you have everything ready. So if you want to learn more, I do nothing but talk about disaster reliefs, middleman, all of that, subcontracting, which I like to talk about subcontracting. That's where I got a lot of my start and dibs and all of that. If you want to learn more, then guess what? You can come to my weekly GovCon Lunch and Learn. I have a whole series. I take about an hour, and each week I give you something different. One week I might be talking about disaster relief contracts. Another week I might be talking about how to find employees on employee portals, employee directories, all of that. So every week I do something different. So if you joined me before, make sure you come back again. And I look forward to you learning more and getting started in government contracts. And until next time, be safe. Bye-bye.